At noon.
We begin here at noon with breaking news. Edmond firefighters are dealing with down power lines.
We want to give you a live look at the area. This is on Air Depot north of Waterloo. We are told a dump truck may have hit the pole, knocking it over. Both lanes of Air Depot are closed at this time, so avoid that area if you can.
The Treasury Secretary and Federal Reserve Chairman testifying on Capitol Hill today, being grilled about how they're spending the $700 billion bailout.
They are also trying to figure out how to give the U.S. auto industry the $25 billion lifeline it's asking for. Susan Roberts has the latest.
The architects of the $700 billion government bailout gave their assessment of the troubled economy.
The Federal Reserve has taken a range of policy actions to provide liquidity to the financial system and thus promote the extension of credit to households and businesses. Federal
Reserve Chairman Ben Bernanke and Treasury Secretary Henry Paulson defended the decision to buy a government stake in banks. They now want to steer clear of purchasing bad assets from banks as originally planned.
In September, before economic conditions worsened, $700 billion in troubled asset purchases would have had a significant impact. But half of that sum in a worse economy simply isn't enough firepower.
Secretary Paulson says the White House will leave $350 billion on the table for the Obama administration to give out.
But both Bernanke and Paulson want the money to go to propping up the financial system, while Democrats are pushing to spend $25 billion to bail out the auto industry.
Instead, the Bush administration wants Congress to use money that was earmarked in September for the car companies to build more fuel-efficient cars. Diverting that $25 billion, the administration argues, would keep the car companies from collapsing. Auto executives will testify before Congress this afternoon. Many believe they need to change the way they do business if they want to survive. Susan Roberts, CBS News, Washington.
Our senior Senator Jim Inhofe is doing what he can on Capitol Hill to do the right thing with the bailout money. Senator Inhofe wants to halt any more handouts from the $700 billion plan and end the blank check given to the Treasury. He has introduced a bill to take back control of the remaining money, requiring a congressional affirmative vote before any future spending can take place. He wants Congress to decide how to spend every last dollar of that bailout. We hope to have Senator Inhofe on the phone from Washington with us in just a few minutes.
Well, for the first time in state history,